Hello friends, I came up with a new video which is discussing about 5 most important climate action movements, because climate change is the most important topic to be concerned about for our world now and for future also. 350 organization is an international environmental organization addressing the climate crisis. It is stated that their goal is to end the use of fossil fuels and transition to renewable energy by building a global grassroots movement. It was founded in the year 2007 when the NGO has its headquarters in Oakland, California. The 350 in the name stands for 350 ppm parts per million of CO2, which has been identified as the safer upper limit to avoid the climate tipping point. As of 2019, concentration was 415 pm and rising. And if you want to know more about these topics of climate tipping point and parts per million of CO2, then write in the comment box for a video. On 24 October 2009, an International Day of Climate Actions was organized by 350 organization to influence the delegates going to the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change meeting in December 2009. This was the first global campaign ever organized around a scientific data point. The organization's efforts continue in 2012 with a planned May 5 worldwide series of rallies under the slogan Connect the Dots, to draw attention to the links between climate change and extreme weather. The Global Climate Strike 350 organization is one of the leading organizers of the Global Climate Strike from September 20 to 27, 2009. The aim of the Global Climate Strike is to draw attention to the emerging climate crisis and to create pressure on politics, the media, and the fossil fuel industry. Earth Day Network or Earth Day organization. It was founded in the year 1970 and have its headquarters in Washington, D.C., United States. Earth Day Network is the largest recruiter to the environmental movement. Before I'll discuss about their work and activities, I'd like to mention one press release of Earth Day Network on November 7, 2020. They have mentioned many important things for the present day world. They have mentioned that we now have an opportunity to both restore our Earth and restore our economy through green jobs, green technology, and green education. Each and every one of us has a role to play in the solution. Together we have a collective power that can make tremendous difference for the planet. We must do our parts to hold our governments accountable and ensure that serious and consequential legislation established in 2021. There is no time to wait. Our health, our economy, and our collective future depend on swift action. It's time to come together, it's time to get to work, and it's time to restore our Earth. The Canopy Project. The Canopy Project improves our shared environment by planting trees across the globe since 2010. The Earth Day Network has planted tens of millions of trees with Canopy Project. Next is Extinction Rebellion, which was started with the aim of using non-violent civil disobedience to combat government actions to avoid tipping point of climate system and biodiversity loss and the risks of social and ecological collapse. The rebellion were established in the United Kingdom in May 2018 with about 100 academics signing in a call to action support in October 2018. At the end of that month, XR was launched by Roger Hallam and Gail Bradbrook along with the other activities. In November 2018, 5 bridges across the River Thames in London were blocked as a protest. In April 2019, Extinction Rebellion occupied 5 prominent sites in central London such as Piccadilly Circus, Oxford Circus, Marble Arch, Waterloo Bridge, and the area around the Parliament. Extinction Rebellion has taken many other actions in 2018 in UK, USA, and Australia and other countries also. In seeking to rally support worldwide around a common sense of urgency to tackle the climate breakdown, Extinction Rebellion uses the tactics of grassroots movements such as those Occupy, Gandhi's Satyagraha, the suffragettes, the Jean Sharp, Martin Luther King, and the others in the civil rights movement have been cited as a sort of inspiration. As we all know that how bad the air quality of Delhi is, the national capital Delhi throttled into an environmental crisis as the air quality index AQI records 494. The toxic smoke choked the city and it is considered harmful for a human being to breathe in Delhi, and it may cause many diseases. Yes, the protests organized as a result of various movements on social media, so over 1,500 people gathered at Amar Jawan Jyoti India Gate on 5 November 2020. After the movements by activists, a special panel was set up to address the issue. The Supreme Court ordered the state government to address the crop and waste burning issue. Central government of India agreed to use green fund to combat toxic air pollution, but air quality was still not going to be in control situation. Not only in Delhi, in many other cities of India have experiencing bad air quality, and New Delhi has been the world's most polluted city for past 2 years despite the government efforts. It just shows that how large the threat of global warming is looming, and the government needs to be making stronger policy changes to combat air pollution and ensure safety for its citizens.
People are suffering, people are dying, entire ecosystems are collapsing. We are in the beginning of a mass extinction, and all you can talk about is money and fairy tales of eternal economic growth.
The School Strike for Climate Change, and also known variously as Fridays for Future, is an international movement of school students who skip classes mainly on Fridays to participate in demonstrations to demand action from political and economical leaders to limit climate disaster and for the fossil fuel industry to transition to renewable energy. Publicity and widespread organizing began after the Swedish school student Greta Thunberg staged a protest in August 2018 outside the Swedish parliament, holding a sign that reads "School Strike for Climate," which means School Strike for Climate Change. And I have already mentioned about Greta Thunberg in my earlier video. You can check the video, the link is given in the description. A global strike on 15th of March 2019 gathered more than 1 million strikers. Around 2,000 strikes were organized in 125 countries. On 24th May 2019, the second global strike took place, in which 1,600 events across 150 countries drew hundreds of thousands of protesters. The 2019 Global Week for Future was a series of 4,500 strikes across over 150 countries focused around Friday 28th September and Friday 27th September. On 20th September 2019, the strikes gathered roughly 4 million protesters. Many of them are school children, including 1.4 million from Germany.